Hello folks, welcome back to Oxygen Not Included on Absurdities, and we're here in this giant mess of a base where things are slowly being shifted around and deconstructed and reconstituted and rehydrated and all that. And I did a little bit of thinking between episodes because we were thinking about adding giant reservoirs to replace these reservoirs, which are obviously filled up. In fact, we're at 994 kilograms on the top tile, so we're totally full except for that tile, which is throwing things off, but never mind. And we thought in the comments, or there was a comment which said, hey, why don't you use reservoirs? And that's a really good idea. And I think because of the modded reservoirs I have, I can hold 100 tons of liquid in each. Which is 100,000, right? 100,000 kilograms. And this is 240 tiles at 1,000 each. So that would be 240,000 kilograms. So I would only need to store this much water, 2.4 liquid reservoirs. So it'd be easy to scale up for, you know, storing more water as we get it. But also we could use an endless storage, and in Twitch, Torsten CHR reminded me that this existed because, of course, we've been using infinite gas storage, and I haven't really wanted to mess with the liquids. But I kind of drew up this on the fly, thinking this, you know, this could work. So the principle here is that you have liquid vents which will sit in a pocket of oxygen, and they will never overpressure with water because the water will all be down here. And I think I need to change this actually to be oxygen all the way across the top. I don't know, I could be wrong about that. As long as it's strapped in there, it actually should be fine. But the airflow tiles will make it so that basically it's like oil and water, in the sense that the airflow tiles repel liquid, so there's no chance for it to overpressure. My concern, I guess, is these tiles, they would be in contact with the water. In theory, they could. In theory. So that's why I think this design would have to be like that, so that there's no contact and you end up just with a solid line of compressed oxygen up the top, which will never go anywhere. And I think that would be fine. However, I don't want to build it here. I was thinking maybe I would, but I think I'm going to try and move things towards the sidelines more. And like this was here because it was just a big empty space I had, and it's fine. It's still a big empty space that is not really going to absorb a whole lot of CPU power. I think I'm going to site it right along this wall, and we'll make several of these. I don't know, I don't think I have the mod for blueprints, and if that functionality exists in the game, I don't know how to use it. It would have been down here as part of a mod back in the day, and I just don't think I have that. No, this is all normal stuff. So it's going to look like putting a lot of stuff together. Let's unpause and let the various jobs that are happening get done. Of course, we had a lot of systems we were working on beforehand. I think this one's ready to go. The one thing I will do, I will say, is switch which of these we output to, and we'll just snip that. So we'll get someone in there to build those real quick. So we'll output here and here, and that'll allow the water to stay in the middle, hopefully. It doesn't have to be 100% efficient anyways, it just has to work for now. So that's pretty much ready to go. Sending a red signal. No, you want... What just happened? I pressed spacebar and it went crazy. Yeah, when you have carbon dioxide, you want to go green. Okay, and we're going to use iron. We'll reach that down there, and that'll just stop all this CO2 from falling out and then ending up getting sucked up by our vacuum system down here anyways, our mess of a vacuum system. So that'll be its own little thing, and I'm gonna pull back to this line here. All that is gonna end up getting deleted. Not you. We'll put in a ladder to be able to access the side and to build through this stuff, and we'll just try and use this space somewhat efficiently. This is left over from this liquid filtration system, which will be outdated very soon, so I don't have to worry about it. Critter drop-off is flooding. That's because we're making meat. Don't have to worry about that guy. Of course, we have building entombment in here, the aluminum refinery. Well, refinery. Yeah, whatever this is. What is going on here? The steam is precipitating somehow, even though it's super duper hot in there. But we're getting rid of that. We're down to milligrams. Our petroleum is back in place, so we're okay. I went and added, between episodes, I added an extra little bit to our heating loop here, our heating cooling loop, and that is coming out here. Of course, it's all averaging out in this reservoir. We can see 66 degrees is just about right for us to take 45 degrees off. So we hopefully shouldn't have too much inefficiency in this cycle. Really, we want to just jack up the steam heat so we get efficient power production, because these things are costly in terms of energy. So the more efficient it is, the better. I should consider $63 degrees. If we're getting 63, 70, 64... let's call it 65, so if we're taking 45 off, that leaves us with 20 degrees. Let's set this then to 21 degrees. And that will be the threshold for that stuff. Also, we have been doing some research. I added the virtual planetarium into there. Outside of laboratory. What do we need? Oh, we need lights. Oh, right. I think we're gonna reposition some of this a little bit. We'll just get rid of those two. Real quick, like. You know, one day it'll happen. Oh yeah, building deprecated. We do need to replace these drop-offs. It's probably not that important. I think they still work. Okay. That's one. No, furniture. Oh, the leg. Is that the kind of light I'm gonna want? Maybe. Maybe it is. I think we'll just supercomputer there. We'll put the research station back here. And sure, we'll use a ground lamp. I don't use them often enough. So we'll put those there. Let's get the power back in. Okay, and that'll be the lab for now. We are going to need the materials thing back. I do regret taking that down, because I'm almost convinced, like, if you look here, actually, we can finish up that research too. We can almost get the monument, and I would love to build the center of the base around the monument. I just love that thing. So, that's a thought. In the meantime, oh yeah, right, chain destruction. Oh my gosh, I forgot all about that. That's beautiful. I love it so much. so much that I'm gonna destroy all of these as well. And those. And then we'll have kind of a fresh slate to work with here. Also, these pipes can disappear because they're never going to be used again. I don't know why I'm going so crazy with priority, but here we are. It's my madness. I'll live with it. There we go. Nice and clean. And when we kind of get this water tamed, we can then go ahead and 𝘬𝘰𝘳𝘭𝘥 we can make these things smaller. I knew I wasn't going to get to these right away, and I thought, why not just have them generate the water in the meantime? So there we are. Let's start copying this out. What is this going to be in box form? It's going to be a 9x8 box. And we're going to want to leave some space around it, so let's leave 3 tiles. I was just playing Songs of Six, so I'm like used to dragging boxes around things. Just never mind that, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Was it 9 wide by 8? Yeah, something like that, and then the corners cut off. We're gonna find out. Cut the corners. Reinstitute some corners. Put some airflow tile in. And the outlets will be up top, yes. And 2 outlets, I guess, should be fine. Outlet, outlet, power. We're gonna go straight for the heavy watt conductive, so we'd never have to touch this again, hopefully. That'll come down out to pumps, which we will make out of gold amalgam, I think should suffice. Where's the power on these guys? I can never remember. It's on the non-pipe side. Okay. But that wouldn't interfere necessarily. Let's just be smart about how we read our pipes. Those, I think the bottom, out the sides, and then in from the top. And that is kind of how that's gonna work. To build it, we're going to need access and probably a couple ladders. Is that true? We probably won't need ladders. We can build... Shoot. We can build from the top. Yeah. Buildings. Let me just set that while I'm thinking about it. My brain's in Songs of Six mode. I just did, like, 2 episodes of that, so... Sue me! Yeah, I think we'll be able to build that from the top. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4. So we might have to hold off on some of these top things, but that's okay. We can replace those later. And if we provide access, ladder access, around this, which is kind of the intention, I think we'll just run that all the way over there. Yeah, they can come service that. That should do wonders. And now we just need to do that several more times. So we'll have water, salt water. I think we'll go with 4 again. Polluted water and oil. And then if we want to expand it to more, we can expand it to more. Alright, I'll pause the recording and I will bang out a couple of these and we'll come back in a second. All right, so we've made quite a bit of progress here. I got carried away with myself actually talking with Twitch chat, and we have most of these all built up. They're all identical, the same design that we explored there, and I've made some little boo-boos. Need to let them be able to get at that to build it. So yeah, we'll let that happen. We're gonna have to, of course, pipe all the water into these, and so I'll want to get these set up. The crazy thing is, in fact, it's kind of a rather stupid thing. I already pulled all the wiring out. So we're going to have to go back in here and rebuild all the wiring, which is kind of annoying, but it shouldn't take too long. We have to go that far, and then we got to come down here. Somewhere down here. We're going to need an extra ladder there. This song, I would have swore to God it is a City Skyline song. Does it not sound like a City Skyline song to other people? I don't know. Anyways, we're gonna rip those guys out. We don't need them. We don't need those. Those were for ice. This was, what, where we were keeping pickled meal and meal ice? Yeah. Which ideally we don't get anymore. We'd have 600 kilocal of meal ice. I don't know where it is. But for that amount of quantity, we can leave it in here now. We're not making very much anymore. It's just the extra that gets, that drops off in the Dreco farm. And I've been tuning that so that they're constantly eating it. Okay, so, oh gosh, we overflowed with water. How? How did we overflow with water? I haven't been dumping into it. Maybe it was just under pressure for some reason, and once they opened it, it went sploosh? It seems to probably make some sense. It was probably some ice. Mop? I don't need to mop that, thank you very much. Alright. Yeah, it's overpressure. The water is overpressure. So that's going to be a little bit annoying. It's going to keep doing that. It's going to contaminate our salt water. It's fine. Okay, we are going to need to hook up all this power though. And bring lines down. I'm gonna need probably a ladder over here. We'll work it out. I didn't realize the power was over here at first. But look at them working. Picking up that copper ore, putting down that copper ore. It's beautiful. Okay, can you please deconstruct that though so we can finish that? Thanks! How are we doing for iron? Let's go have a look at our iron volcano again. I'm always kind of impressed on how this thing works, and we have a bunch of petroleum in the bottom. Of course there is, because I told them, and I never stopped them from dumping this petroleum. Oh, brain. Never stop being you. So we got a bunch of hot sour gas in there. But all the iron is cool. It's only like 88 degrees in there. These guys are not picking up enough heat. Actually, looking at that, it's only, all the heat is, or the thing is coming back at too cold. Too cold is the answer there. Or yeah, too cold. So I'm thinking we might end up using this cooling line to cool down the geyser water, but honestly this is only 35 degrees. This one's 76 though, and that's kind of where I want to send it back at. About 60, 65. Because we're only producing 450-ish watts from each of those, and each one of these is 1200? Yeah. Yeah, it's not great. This is going to be annoying, but we'll just let it happen. This is the problem I kept running into, which is like, yep, we need better solution than that. So we're doing it. What else were we doing? There's another thing I want to do here. I want to eliminate this liquid block. And I think the way I'm just going to do that is build a tile there. Actually, build a tile there first. There's method to my madness here, don't question me. I'm gonna create another bin and we'll make it so we can get the water out. That's the important thing here. Yeah, we'll build that one. It should squeeze that natural gas in. We'll build one here, squeeze the water out. And actually, I don't need those. I can just mop it up from that tile and that tile. We should be good to go. Because I want to do something a little bit better here. And, I mean, probably use a liquid lock, but use, like, oil instead of polluted water. Because the polluted water is going to off-gas, which is going to annoy me. And so on and so forth. Kind of like this stuff down here. Get a hatch burrowed down there. Cool. We're almost done-ish with cleaning up some of this. Of course, we're creating more of a mess over here, so... We'll start to chop that out. This can all be deconstructed. I'll wait on the deconstruction, actually. Okay, that's reachable. It's a little bit of a commute down there. We should consider putting a transit tube access in here somewhere. Could I build one on top of this? I could. There's not enough space for that though, so not really. Could always put in more poles, but once this is built, they'll never have to access it again unless we go and expand the piping network. The other thing I could consider... Ooh, I wonder if we could even do it. We could. We could get some iron. And put in a cooling loop so we can control the temperature of these liquids in their storage. Does that make any sense though? Maybe. I don't know. I'd have to think through that. I'm not a very good thinker right now. I think it's fine. I think it's probably better to cool it at its storage point here than try and cool it coming out of the geyser and stuff. We'll just take it straight from the geyser, put it into the infinite storage, and run this cooling line, which is going back at 27 degrees, which is not enough. Yeah. Am I even using... Oh, I am using radiant pipe. It's in here. Yeah, that's fair. That is my concern, is that it will be too massive by far to actually suck the heat out of it. But we'll see. We'll see how it works, and we'll call it an experiment. Let's have a blueprint. Let's not have that crap, though. Let's just take an oxyfern seed. I don't like to re-roll too much, but I can't be bothered not to, I guess. It's too tempting now that I've installed that mod. We're gonna need probably insulated on either side of those. I guess I can just do that. I'd have to... It's always so finicky like this. There we go. Insulated? No, not insulated there. We want radiant there. Insulated on the outside. There we go. What I could do is, if it comes to it, I could create a cooler down here somewhere in this space, because it's kind of a weird space with these two geysers here. And then just run the liquids through the cooler and then back in. Maybe use a reservoir to help average things out. I don't know. I'm gonna try this. I like the cooling loops. They're probably not great for performance though. But we'll deal with it. We shall deal. Okay, pumps. Gold should be fine. Make sure it gets all the way to the bottom. The bottom. The bottom. Oh, there's a ladder in the way. Of course there is. We'll go to the bottom. And then we're going to have to create their own systems here. To move it into place. Which is... I think we'll do one at a time. And then we can reuse much of the piping. Rather than having them all go at once. So, you are not in liquid and you are not powered. Right. Well, power is easy to take care of. We'll go and connect you to the main line there. And then we can start closing this in. Let's just double check our piping. It is accessible from all the way around. We got our drop-offs. We got the gas. We will need to remove, say, like this tile so that the oxygen can squeeze out of the top. Up to this point, anyways. And then we're going to go ahead and put in... I want copper. How about iron? I should have done the whole thing in iron. Gosh darn it. Okay. I want to do it properly. This is endgame. The copper is more useful for other things at this point, and it's more rare to us than the iron is. Because I can always chew up refined iron. And then we're gonna have to sweep out the copper. Gosh darn it. Sometimes my brain... It's really just a sticking point. It's just me being picky, so let's just do it. Our dupes are super fast anyways. Oh yeah, I forgot we have these collection points here for our swept goods. We can't reach that one. We're gonna delete that. I should have just used the ladder on the inside like a smart person. Come on, man. Like, honestly, I put one ladder in there and then I don't have to... I wouldn't have to screw with any of that. And then I don't have to delete that tile. Cool. Oh, they won't be able to get at that, though. Of course. Of course I gotta delete another one. It's fine. Okay, lag. Alright, I'll tell you what, I'll get these ready to go and pause the recording and we'll bring it back in just a second. Get ready for movie magic. Alright, and we're back. Most of the construction is done to seal these up. I'm going to put polluted water in this one, so it may just be that we're going to need deodorizers out here, and I'm just going to go ahead with that. I am going to need to extend the power down. Where is it? Heavy watt conductive We're using iron for that. It's going to be expensive. And the one thing I will do, because I don't need to pump any of this out yet, is disconnect the power for all of these until we need it. I just don't want the pumps priming until necessary. But we'll do that to get that going. And we'll build these. And I want to get water dripping here before I call it a day for Oni. So let's work on this. This is going to be our water outlets. Okay, so there's that water as well. But we could just reuse this for the time being. This is going to come across here. And instead of dripping, which is why we're... This is totally why we're overflowing. We're going to snip that. And we'll run back down through there. Hopefully it will go off to the left here when I tell it to. Let's get that going. I love how fast these guys move. It's crazy. We are basically maxed out for skills. Reminds me, stress. I can't remember who it was that was getting stressed last time. Twisted Soul, I think. I believe. And while I'm thinking about it, actually, Anidan resubbed yesterday on Twitch. And so I would like to show my appreciation by naming one of our many extra dupes. After Anidan. There we go. I appreciate the support, whether it's just a sub or all the things. Sometimes words are hard. All the things. What am I even talking about? It's been a long day, okay? Say that. It's like midday. It's been a long morning. Okay, are we moving yet? Almost. Yeah, look at that. Would you look at that? Just look at it. We have water. Excellent. Excelente. You know what? Let's do this as well. Who can we... Here we go. We'll take an Ellie, and we'll make it a Lapsus, who has supported my Twitch stuff in the past for many, many months. There we go. So, we got the water dripping. This is, I think, a much more... I mean, is it much more complicated than setting up a bunch of reservoirs? Yes. But is it much more satisfying to look at? I think so. I think it's going to be great. And we're going to do that. So, yeah, anyways, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do that. Again, we're striving for 1,000 subs. 800 has been a tough nut to crack, like getting through the 800s. We're almost there, so if you can sub, please sub. It's free and it's easy and I swear it's painless. Unless you're in pain for some other reason, then it's coincidental. But yeah, I would really appreciate it. Help get some of that ad revenue in once I get 1,000 subs. And then I'll be a real boy with, I don't know. It's just things I say. Thanks for watching, folks. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now. With the lag.